In this class, let us study about equivalent fractions. Equivalent fractions are like synonyms in English language. For example, the words glad and happy are two different words, but they mean the same thing. Just like that, equivalent fractions are different fractions, but they denote the same quantity. For example, 1 by 2. In the earlier class, we learned how to denote this pictorially. Look at the denominator, that is the number of divisions we will make. Look at the numerator, that is the one we will shade. Now, what about 2 by 4? Look at the denominator, 4 divisions. Look at the numerator, right? 3 by 6. Make 6 equal divisions. So there we have 3 different fractions, but they mean the same thing. So that means these are all equal. Now let us look at another set of examples. Now 1 by 3. Make 3 divisions and again 2 by 6. So these two look similar. So we have 1 by 3 is the same as 2 by 6, and that will be the same as 3 by 9. So now you have two different families. So how are they grouped together? For example, in your school you will see that all the children who are 6 years old, they will be studying in first standard, and the children who are 15 years old, they will be studying in the 10th standard. So how are these fractions grouped together as being equivalent? These are two different sets, right? So what we do is that all these fractions which can be reduced to the same lowest term will be equivalent. So naturally, then the next question is, how do we reduce a fraction to its lowest term? A fraction is said to be in its lowest form if the denominator and the numerator cannot be divided any further by the same number. For example, 2 by 3. If you see 2 and 3, they cannot be divided any further or made any further small. But look at this example. What about this? 2 will divide both. So even though this is 4 by 6, it can be reduced to 2 by 3, and that's all. It will not go any further. Now this is in the lowest form. Now consider 14 by 15. Now 2 and 7 will divide 14, but they will not divide 15. 3 and 5 will divide 15, but they will not divide 14. So there is no common number which will divide both 14 and 15. So what does that mean? That means that 14 by 15 is in its lowest term. And one more example, what about 2 by 10? You can divide both by 2, right? So 2 divided by 2 and 2 divided by 10. And please remember, you have to divide both by the same number. So this will be 1 by 5. That's all. Now it is in its lowest term. Now let us return back to the first example that we saw. All the equivalent fractions, and we will see how all those equivalent fractions can be reduced to the same number. We learned that 1 by 2 is the same as 2 by 4, that is the same as 3 by 6, and that is the same of 4 by 8. Why is that? We will see that all of that will get reduced to the same lowest form. What about 1 by 2? It is already in its lowest form. And what about 2 by 4? You can divide both of them with 2. So there you go. Even though it is 2 by 4, its lowest term is 1 by 2. The same thing 3 by 6. You can divide both by 3. So 3 divided by 3 will be 1, and 6 divided by 2 will be, and next 4 by 8. The same thing, you can divide it by 4. So even though you see 4 different fractions, when you reduce them to the lowest term, all of them is 1 by 2, 1 by 2, 1 by 2. That is why they all are equivalent. Now let us see another set of equivalent fractions. Again, if you see, this is in its lowest form, and if you divide both the numerator and the denominator by 3, again this can be reduced to 1 by 3. And look at this, this again can be reduced to 1 by 3. So this will all fall in the same family of equivalent fractions. Now let us see how to find the equivalent fractions of 1 by 5. You can do that by two methods. One, you multiply both the denominator and the numerator by the same number, or another way is you can divide both the numerator and the denominator by the same number. For example, take this 1 by 5. Is there anything to divide? You cannot find any number which divides 1 and 5, or which will make it smaller. So all you can do is multiply. Multiply with 2, multiply with 3, multiply with 4, 5, 6. You will get as many equivalent fractions as much as you need. So this will be 2 by 10, 3 by 15, 4 by 20. All are equal. So here you can get as many equivalent fractions as you want. Now let us see an example where we will divide and find equivalent fractions. Now look at this. This also you can multiply, no problem with multiplying. This also you can multiply just like the earlier one. You can start multiplying it with 2, then you can multiply it with 3, and then you can multiply it with 4, and you can go on and on. But you have to understand, see, when you multiply, a number becomes bigger and bigger. So already you have a big number. The more you are going to multiply, you are going to have bigger and bigger numbers to deal with. But at the same time, look at divide. What happens when you divide? The number will become smaller and smaller. So smaller numbers, as you know, are easy to deal with. So instead of multiplying here, let us try dividing. So what is the first number that comes to mind? 55, 11. So 11, 22, 33, 44, 55. They are all multiples of 11, right? So first let us multiply with 11. So 55 divided by 11 would be 5, and this would be 10. Next, look at the last digit. It ends with 5. One ends with 5 and the other ends with 0. So that means you can divide both with 5. So this is 11 by 22, right? So you have divided and you have got two different ones. Now you don't have to go far away. See, just this you can see what is 11 by 22 or 5 by 10. Both of them will be 1 by 2. So you have got 4 of them here. One is 55 by 110. That is the same as 1 by 2. And that is the same as 5 by 10. And that is the same as 11 by 22. So we have seen one example where we multiply and get the equivalent fractions, and then we have seen one example where we divide and we get equivalent fraction. Now let us do a fill in the blanks problem. So what comes here? Now you can clearly see these are two fractions, these are two equivalent fractions. So how do we find this? Now we know that how do a certain numbers fall into the family of equivalent fractions. They can be reduced to the same lowest term. Now we cannot reduce this to anything because we don't know what the numerator is. But this here we see both the numerator and the denominator, right? So this we will first reduce to its lowest term. And clearly 12 into 2 is 24, right? So 12 divided by 12, 24 divided by 12, that is equal to 1 by 2. So even though it is 12 by 24, in the lowest term it is 1 by 2. So now if this is equal to 1 by 2, then this will also be equal to 1 by 2, right? So this is also equal to 1 by 2. So how do you get 18 from 2? Do you divide 2 or you multiply 2? So from 2 you have got a bigger number. So what have you done? When you divide, the number gets smaller. But how will you get 18 from 2? Obviously you have multiplied it with something. What something will that be? 9. 2 into 9 is 18. So if we multiply the denominator by something, we have to multiply the numerator also by the same number. So 9 is the answer you are looking for. So with this we come to the end of this class. Inshallah we will meet in the next class and learn about addition and subtraction of fractions.